Hello my dear friends, so welcome in the new episode of Spiritual Talks, and today we have very spiritual lady, mentor and author. So how many of you love spiritual tours? So dear friends, she is the founder of Disha groups. Welcome Dr. Shibani.
Thank you, Kavita.
How are you doing?
I'm super good, and Hyderabad is rocking as usual.
Cool.
And it's very nice to be back to the channel after a long time.
Yes.
And Patriji's energies, anyways, are there, I think, in every part of this place.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Shibani, just tell me about you're the founder of Disha groups. So, what is this spiritual group about?
Yes, I always love to answer this question about Disha because Disha is my child. It's like it's 18 years now, 1st of Jan 2023. The Disha group has completed 18 years. I work as a spiritual mentor, and if you translate spiritual mentor in Hindi, they will say Adhyatmik Guru. It's a big jargon, but it's nothing but just trying to help people uplift their spiritual journeys and help souls move ahead in their present life and also afterlife. So
Right.
that is my job.
Okay, so how many of people as of now connected with you?
Lots of people are connected to Disha because the basic thing we follow in Disha is we don't follow rules. We don't follow rules in the sense is I think what we as humans don't like is rules, right? Nobody
Very
likes,
true.
we don't like
Yeah.
to be,
Yeah.
in a set of, okay, somebody dictating us. So we like to be free.
Right.
So we like to get people into Disha and teach them how to be freely breathing, freely doing all their divine practices that they do, whether it is meditation, whether it is doing parayans, reading holy texts, or whatever they are doing, irrespective of what religion they belong to.
Right.
So we believe in spiritualism. So it's if you want to be human, you need to be more spiritual. Only then the journey is much better ahead, and that is the work that we do in Disha group, and we have people connected to us globally.
Wow. That's great, and congratulations for the completion of 18
Yeah,
years.
thank you, Kavita.
So, what do you teach exactly?
So we have a few intensives that we roll in the Disha Kutir in Mumbai. We also have these intensives happening in Southeast Asia also, and these are something that you cannot do online.
Okay.
Many of them have requested me, why don't you do some online stuff? But some things you just need to be there, present.
Very true.
Like when a lady is pregnant and she delivers a premature child, 7th month mein, 8th month mein. So what happens is that child is put into a incubator.
Right.
In that, the child is protected and nourished and taken care of. But when the child is out and put into an incubator, what is it? It is a womb that is virtually created
Right.
by us.
Right.
So the same protection and the nourishment that the child gets, and then the child is out fully grown. That is the exact thing that we do in Disha. So
Okay.
you need to be in that incubator to actually go through that entire process of, and again, it's always that universal calling of your own soul that you need to have a nudge or a push ahead in your spiritual journey.
That's true. That's why people says that we need guru or guide in our spiritual journey.
Always.
Right.
That is what it is, the intensive that we do is called Soul Legacy. It's a 4 days intensive, and we help you get connected to your spiritual army. Be it your first and foremost actually merging with your higher self,
Wow.
getting connected to your ancestral guides, getting connected to your angels, your masters, your power animals. And it's a beautiful time, with them, because then you never feel lonely. You always feel you're taken care of. You always feel that, yes, somebody's always there holding my hand.
So beautiful.
That is what we need in life today, right?
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
That handing hold
Yes.
is very much needed in this journey when people they really start their seeking
Yes.
towards spirituality.
And when you're seeking, rather than somebody else answering your questions, how about you getting your own answers of all the why and what and how? Why not?
A lot of time that confusion is always there, that two answers from within whether this is right or wrong. Right?
Exactly.
So how to understand and how to trust that calling?
You actually answered your own question. Because trust is the word that actually happens, after that 4 days intensive. Trust is the word that actually happens to you, because you're there as what you are, and after 4 days of this intensive, you're completely a different person.
Right.
Because there's change here, there's change in your thinking, there's change in your energy, there's a merger of you and your higher self.
Right.
Okay, so when you get into deeper core of your own self, you actually start trusting your own answers, you start trusting your own self. That is important. Because हमें क्या होता है ना, किसी को बताना पड़ता है कि नहीं यही बराबर है ना. When we are out, or when we, like even as kids, when you have a problem and you ask your mother, and your mother says, this is not the way, this is the way, this is right, you do it this way.
Yeah.
You just blindly trust your mother, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So you become your own mother in this entire process.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the trust automatically seeps in.
Yeah.
And important is that you need to be in that all the time. ऐसे नहीं कि 4 दिन intensive किया, या you do any sort of meditation or anything. I do my meditation and I'm in that flow for some time. No. What should be the intention of any of your religious practices that you do is you always merge with your higher self, and you're always there in the flow all the time, throughout. Then
So what is the right practice to be in that state always? Because it's really very tough, which I believe, though we are meditator or a lot of practices we do, but still, because that state is not
maintained.
always yeah, it's
Maintained.
not true.
So the ideal answer for anybody would be do meditations. But if I tell you, okay, come on, let's sit and meditate, are you going to do that?
The inner call should be there.
Inner call should be there, and that much bandwidth should be there, because
True.
we are all spaced out after, especially after COVID situation has opened up. We want to do everything. We want to just grab on. We just want to live everything. Pata nahi kal kya hoga.
Yeah.
We are all spaced out. And in that, if I tell you, come on, let's meditate, nobody's going to like, So, we are all born spiritual beings, but we can't be yogis like the earlier times, how people used to sit under a tree and go in the Himalayas and meditate. So, we have to find out our own ways. Your way is the way to meditate. That's what we believe in Disha. So, we help you find out your way. And what is that way? You just need to sit down one day when you are with your own self and you're just there, in a happy space. You need to sit down and find out what is it that you love to do the most.
True.
You tell me, what do you love to do the most? Other
That
than
can
this
be-
work.
That can be any passion, anything.
Yes, what is your passion?
So I love singing
Wow.
and
So
yeah.
you sing.
Yeah.
So how do you feel when you sing?
I always feel like that highest happiness, or as I forgot everything else.
And where do you feel it in your body? You feel that emotion here.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
it? The emotion is here.
Yes.
What is here?
Yeah.
Your
That is heart. Yeah.
So you come to know that yes, this is the feeling that I'm getting when I'm happy, when I'm doing that passionate work that I always love to do.
Right.
I'm feeling it right here. It is hit me here.
Correct.
Okay, so your heart chakra is getting activated.
Very
Your
true.
heart chakra is expanding when you're doing what you love to do. And that is exactly what happens in meditation.
Very true.
So a simple way out in today's hectic and stressful life is to just connect to your passion, and that is your meditation. For me,
Yes.
if you ask me, it is cooking, because I love to cook. So whenever I don't like to do the before and the after cooking cleanup and the preparation, but yeah, when the kadai is there and the kachchi is there, then I'm like all into it. Whatever masalas I'm putting, whatever I'm putting, vegetables I'm putting, everything I'm putting, I'm like, wow. Now what else can I do to enhance the flavor of this thing that I'm making?
Yeah.
So probably that time my heart chakra completely is expanded, and all that heart chakra is connected to love, compassion and healing, connected to colors green and pink. So when it expands, the energies are out of my skin. You see the happiness on my face, I've written a board outside my kitchen and it says, cooking is my cardio.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
So
Yeah.
I do that. So all that pours in into the food probably, and I cook a lot. So I have a lot of people coming over a lot of times and they love what I cook. So you need to catch on to what you love to do. So
Right.
there's so many people who paint, so many people who, you might just want to take your dog for a walk. That could be your meditation, because we can't sit and do it at this moment, because we are so stressed. We have our mobiles going on, our WhatsApps, and this and emails and all. It's difficult to
Right.
sit and concentrate on meditation. So might as well at least start on with holding on to your passion and meditate with your passion. That's
Right.
it.
So slowly we can find our purpose and we can connect with
Slowly
our...
what happens is, when you're getting into it, your chakras start getting activated. You come at a certain frequency. If you're vibrating here, you come at this level of frequency. Then your arena opens up more onto what should I do, and then the guidance start coming. So when the guidance start coming, in Disha, we always follow our first thoughts. Because when you follow your first thoughts, it's the divine guidance. The second thought onwards, your mind starts playing games. Okay? So follow your first thoughts is the mantra. Trust your first thoughts.
So beautifully explained the entire thing, and this is the ultimate thing I can say. So coming to the topic of today, that is a spiritual tour.
Yeah.
Disha Oracle Awards you are going to organize in Egypt,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Why did you choose only Egypt?
Yes. I have been frequently answering this question of past few days, since we have all decided to do this event in Egypt in March.
Right.
So Disha completed 18 years on 1st of Jan 2023, and we wanted to mark this year. So that is the reason, let's do something different. So we thought, let's do Egypt. And Egypt is supposed to be the spiritual hub of the West.
That's true.
The way India is the spiritual hub of the East. Like how we have the multi-god thing over here, the same they have there. And the biggest and moreover thing is that they believe in Amun-Ra. Amun-Ra is the sun god.
Okay.
और हमारे यहाँ पे भी हम सूर्य को बहुत मानते हैं.
That's true.
हम
Yeah.
सुबह उठते हैं, we actually pay our gratitude and we do our prayers to the sun.
Yes.
We have so many mantras for our sun. We do the
Yes.
arthya,
Yes.
where we
Yes.
just put on water looking
Yeah.
at the sun at early
Yes.
morning.
Yes.
The same way the Egyptians also have a lot of belief. The entire thing revolves around the sun in Egypt also.
Okay.
And sun is anyways the life giver, the source of life. And they say that in the daytime the sun will give you light and energy and all. In the night time it will protect you from the external negative energies. That's what they believe in Egypt.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what we also do in India. It's quite similar actually,
Yeah.
the things that they follow, and irrespective of what religion is followed there. I have already been to Egypt in 2017.
Okay.
And we have done a similar kind of a tour, which we called the spiritual tour, because it's the tour which actually takes you into energies and you experience a lot of energies, in the sense like lot of chakra activations, past life
Yes.
experiences,
Yeah.
and so many things over there, in Egypt. People say, then why not India? That's what. But of course, we are going to do. The next event is going to come up in Kashi.
So why did you choose Egypt only?
So Egypt, again, I had been there in 2017. I experienced the energies over there. And we all are anyways connected to magic. We all love magic in life, right? And Egypt is full of the mysteries and magic, and we were all healers that time when we went to Egypt. And we were a group of 34, and I think 13, 14 of us, we went up into the Pyramid of Giza.
Wow.
In the King's Chamber, and that too before tourist time, and we meditated there.
Wow. How was your experience with pyramid energy?
Oh my God. We all actually feel, no, it's like a tomb. It's the tomb actually. That's what it said. That's what we scroll on we surf on the net and say it's a tomb. And we all went little scared inside. We had that fear, कि अरे बाप रे हम लोग तो tomb में घुस रहे हैं. So we don't know what all we are going to face. And we had decided that we'll do some Omkar there, we'll do some Gayatri Mantra there. And it's like a real steep climb up the King's Chamber, and there's a small channel, there's a small tunnel you have to crawl in like a baby. And then there's a huge King's Chamber there. There in the corner they have the sarcophagus wherein they say that King Khufu's mummy was in there. That's what they said. So we went and we said, okay, let's see. So I do a lot of pendulum dowsing also. So we all sat taking our own places in the pyramid, and I was guided to take my pendulum and start dowsing.
Okay.
My 12-year-old son was there with me that time, you know, and so I started dowsing. The place where I was sitting was 111% positive energy showers. We were all sitting against the wall. Then I was guided, now you get up and you start walking. I got up and I started walking. And there, you know, I was standing right below the point of the pyramid.
Okay.
And the energy showers there, 486% energy showers.
Yes, so yeah, even Patriji, you know, the founder of PSSM, he also introduced pyramid energy with meditation.
Yes.
And as you mentioned about your experience of energies, what else are so spiritual about Egypt?
Yes, so I have been also watching on all the tours that happen at our PSSM about the Egypt tours that happen. I think yours is also going on April, I think somewhere in April it is happening. So it is lovely to go and feel the pyramid energy, because see, what is pyramid? Pyramid is a triangle. It's a triangular shape of a structure. Pyramid is the conical, you can say, conical kind of a structure in which the energies can be actually conserved and preserved. And they say that whatever you keep inside such kind of a structure which is rightly constructed will always have the goodness and the nourishment and everything intact right from the outer beauty.
It takes more cosmic energy directly.
Yes, and that is the reason, you know, if you see whatever temples are there that we have, they all have a kalash.
Yes.
You know, they call Gopuram over here, right?
Yeah.
Gopuram.
Yeah.
It's all conical. What is it? It's like absorbing the energies. What happened to me that time when I was standing right below the point was 486% of energies which I could feel over there, the positive energies. And then I was guided, sit here and meditate now. So I was actually guided to sit at the right place so that I could make the maximum of what I had gone for and then go away, taking a lot from them. So they are also aligned in a particular planetary positioning, which is the Saturn, the Buddha, the Mercury and the Venus. So that alignment also there. They are along the river Nile. So it is said that the Nile used to flood a lot.
Oh.
So there are different theories which are connected to the pyramids, which different Egyptologists have already talked about. I'm not going to talk about that. But what I experienced inside was that they were used as for storing grains, because the Nile used to flood on and off.
Okay.
So the grains were all stored inside there, and which the sarcophagus which is there was filled with water. Egypt is also known for essential oils. So they used to put on these essential oils and the evaporation of that entire thing that was used to be there would actually preserve the entire grain. That is what was shown to me, and I believe, you know, everybody has to go and everybody has to go and experience these energies. So that is just about the pyramids, but there are so many other places where there is energy. Egypt is supposed to be one of the chakras of the earth. So there are a lot of throughout this. It's going to be a 8 nights 9 days tour. And why is it spiritual is because there are going to be a lot of spiritual activities throughout the tour.
Could you please explain about those activities?
Yeah, along with the normal sightseeing where you need to go and see the places, we have also chosen a few places which has a lot of energy and you can go and sit and experience there. So we have some shamans also coming along with us.
Wow.
So we will be doing some spiritual activities like chakra activations at different places, cord cutting activities.
Oh.
Like you're spiritually connected to people, and you know there are certain thought processes that exchange. You don't need a certain thing, so how to cut those cords. Then we'll be doing some shamanic breathing techniques which are a little different than normal breathing techniques. We'll also be doing shamanic activities like womb regression.
Yes.
Womb regression is something which, when you were in the stomach, in the womb of your mother had some thought process.
Yes.
And the surroundings had some thought process, wherein the baby is absorbing the thought process as cellular memories. So, do you still carry those cellular memories in your life, and are those thoughts becoming your point of views and judgments, and are those thoughts becoming something which is stopping you from doing things in life?
So it's more on inner child work, or
inner soul, inner work, inner child, whatever, you know, it's like just getting out of that space that you're stuck.
Yes.
And answering your questions, your own questions for life. Right. So such activities will be there. Along with that, we are having very good spiritualists and very well-known celebrity astrologers coming with us in this tour, where you will get time to spend with all these people, you know, where they are not even available on a phone call or a appointment. So it will be a different journey, and it will be, I think, definitely much more giving to you while it's a takeaway, a lot of takeaway. And Egypt is full of places like this, you know. You can actually go and visit the monuments and the temples that were there, because they had these gods and goddesses below the sun, which were like, this is the goddess of love, this is the goddess of death, this is the god of soul. So it's like it's a multi-god, and they have so many temples and amazing mystic places where you will go and experience these things.
So it's a wonderful retreat indeed.
It's a retreat, it's a spiritual retreat actually, you know, because even river Nile is supposed to be the representation of the Milky Way of the universe.
Okay.
So it flows upwards, and we're going to have a 3 days cruise on this beautiful river. And I have experienced all this, and I have no words to explain of how beautiful it was.
So yeah, that's a great explanation on the entire spiritual tour and the retreat. So coming to my next question, how many people are connected and how many people are going to join with you?
Many people along with their families, they are coming. We are having kids, college students also coming in, because we have an Egyptologist who's going to be with us throughout 9 days.
Okay.
So we will also talk about the science of the pyramids. We'll talk about the science of the land over there, because still there's a lot of excavation going on in Egypt. अभी रुका नहीं है, अभी बहुत सारी mummies बाहर आई हैं. So very recently they have found the place where they feel that Cleopatra's tomb would be there. As of now, they have not found Cleopatra's tomb.
Is it?
So there's a UK based lady archaeologist who has found this, and there's a small story behind it wherein they say that she used to believe she is Isis, goddess Isis.
Okay.
And she also had a very tough life, and she said, no man will ever find my tomb. That's what she had said. And none of the male archaeologists found it. It was a female archaeologist from UK who's actually found it. It's a big tunnel with full of water that they found out, you know. behind the temple of Isis.
Okay.
And now they're trying to find out what is there, and they
All
believe
research
that
and
her
all,
tomb
everything.
will be there.
Cool.
So this is like full of mystery, and though they say, actually our entire trip last time started with death. It's a city where you have mummies everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a, जैसे
Yes.
काशी अगर जाते हैं तो काशी में हर जगह you will find shivlings everywhere.
Yes.
It's a land full of vibrations. We know how Kashi is, you have to go and feel that place. Similarly, here you find mummies over there. It's a place where they believed life after death. So after life they believed.
Right.
And that's another way of how the soul path is, how the soul journey is.
This is the perception which is, which makes you more understand. Perception may be
That
different.
death is bad, that is not
Yeah.
bad, that
But
is a
there
beginning
no
of
death.
something. Yeah.
First thing, there is no death, and when we are beyond all this life and death, we understand the spiritual concept behind
death,
everything.
Mane, as of human beings, because we are on the earth, we believe death is something like, okay, the body is gone,
Yeah.
but the soul is still there.
Yes.
So that is one thing. When you connect with, then things are very different. Your perception of life completely changes.
Right. Right. So as you said, very highly spiritual people are coming. Who are the main guest and chief guest in this program?
So we are also connected to the Indian High Commission there in Egypt, who will be coming, and we'll be having an award function in Cairo as soon as we go. And we have these special awards which we want to continue later on also, and they are called the Disha Oracles Award. So these people will be declared as the oracles.
Could you please explain about oracles? I think this is also a very spiritual word.
Yeah. Because oracles, the meaning of oracles, if you look out, oracles were ladies in the olden times who used to actually channel divine messages for common people. And that's the reason this word oracles. I mean, if you do tarot cards and all, you have oracle deck and all that, no? So it's always connected to divine something. So that's the reason we named it the oracles, the Disha oracles. Simply because we have so many oracles around us, we may recognize, we may not recognize. So I actually did not want to call it awards because awards is something which is very humanly, very earthly. I always wanted like, okay, it's just a small gesture from our side. It's a small acknowledgement from our side, wherein we would love to felicitate people who are the living oracles of today.
Right.
Like for example, there is somebody in Disha who's an eye surgeon, and this couple is, one is an eye surgeon, one is orthopedic surgeon, and they run a hospital, and they are medical people, so they do their surgeries, they do their OPDs and the normal medical consultation and all. But at the same time, they also do their Harivansh Puran, they do Guru Charitra, they do Bhagavad Gita and all these practices also. And basically very, very beautiful souls. And their aura is so beautiful that when the patients go to them, so the patients not only talk about their medical problems, but they also will tell them about their personal life problems. And these beautiful souls, they will help them, whatever guidance they can give them to move ahead in their life path or on their spiritual journey, they will do that selflessly. So I guess irrespective of your profession, if you are somewhere touching, helping the upliftment of spiritual energy, upliftment of the positive good energy on earth, then you are definitely an oracle. It could be something like even promoting vegetarianism like you all promote here, or it could be something like promoting people to use eco-friendly stuff, helping there are so many people who are also into animal welfare.
Yes.
So in somewhere you are just trying to touch upliftment of the spiritual consciousness, the positive consciousness on this earth. So I think these people are oracles and they need to be recognized. So this is just a small gesture and an attempt from our side. Maybe next time it will be better, and we will actually run a campaign in India to help people identify the oracles in your life, to help people move ahead in their life from wherever they are stuck. So we need to identify these people. So we will actually do a good campaign next time when we do it, and we'll do it. We have plans of doing it in Kashi.
Wow, so beautiful.
So always whenever the Disha oracles will happen, will always happen in a place of energy, in place of vibration.
Wonderful thing. And as you said about this word award, it's I think necessary for the common people to understand.
True.
Because when we meditate, or even spiritual people, or what is spirituality, just how you are living your life in a right way. Spirituality is nothing different than
Spirituality is trying to get yourself. I had said this last time also, when I was talking to Idris. Spirituality is trying to get yourself completely in a zero state.
Yes.
In a non-judgmental state.
Yes.
Where you are into a space where nothing is right and nothing is wrong for you.
So yes, so beautiful, and lot of people are connected, even doctors from medical field.
Yes, because this is irrespective of your profession. You can just join in with your family and have a nice different kind of a Egyptian vacation.
So as you said about Kashi and Egypt, so is there any spiritual connect between India and Egypt?
I guess so, because the way we are multi-god, the same way they are also multi-god. They believe in sun, we believe in sun, and there are so many other things, like the pyramid texts are also very unique. So those who read it will be reminded of Hindu Vedas. They are presented in the form of utterances and declarations actually. So either in the voice of kings or gods. In the case of Vedas, it was rishis and gods. The texts were older than the known kings. They have come from pre-dynastic kind of periods. So these texts are full of magic. Much of the texts are written in the form of dialogues, like our Upanishads and Puranas. Scholars find it difficult to translate it, just like our Vedas. They are literally untranslatable. The complexity of the language of the text is multiplied by the Egyptians' enthusiasm for punning, actually.
What is that?
It's like punning, how the grammatical punning is there. They not only pun verbally, but usually by using appropriate pictorial hieroglyphics. That's the way they write the Egyptian language, it's called hieroglyphics. The Vedic seekers, they also say, in delight, we have this way of coded language in our Vedas also, which are the hymns. So we need to decode. So the same way in hieroglyphics, Egyptian language is like birds and this and that. It's in a coded language.
Okay.
So it's quite similar. That's a secret language. That's what they say.
Okay.
It is known as the pyramid texts. And they were collected in the forms in which they appear in the Unas. That times the pyramids there. And I'm sure certainly it must have been long before the time of Una also. The Book of the Dead, which they have in Egypt, is also similar to the Hindu scriptures over here. Egypt actually is written or mentioned in our Hindu scriptures as Misra Desa. It's called Misra Desa. So Misra is a mixture of different races of living people, and the kings and the pharaohs who ruled Egypt. So almost 3,000 years. It's a long history, and this gave there's a multi-god like how it is there in Hinduism and in India. Like how we have, over here, they also have this 3 layers of gods over there. So the oldest layer is like the reverential objects connected with God. The second layer is actually full of gods in human forms, and the third layer is gods with animal forms. This is exactly same with Hinduism. So in Vedic times, we did not have much other than symbols, in Vedic. Even the hymns are written in that way. So then comes the avatars of gods in human form and all that. Then later came gods with animal forms, like Ganesha, Anjaneya and all that. And then Krishna was there, Vedas, Veda Murtis, and so many of them, So I think there's a lot of similarity between all this. And also Vedas also speak about long voyages that big ships used to do. There used to be trade between Egypt and India. So that is also something which mentions that there was a connect always.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, I think recently we had the president of Egypt also coming down for the 26th January program in Delhi.
I am unaware about that.
Yeah, so that is what it is. So that is what is the connection. And moreover, I think people who are more into spiritual things, Egypt has always been on card for such people. That's what I experienced when I was talking about this Egypt tour to so many people. So they have always come in and they have said, oh wow, so there's a trip to this mystic land. Egypt was something which is always there on our cards. That is what I have experienced. So I'm all excited now to go to Egypt with this entire bunch of spiritualists and people who are interested in spiritual path.
Yeah, and even I am. So
you also join in.
So this is really, so interesting, spiritual connection between India and Egypt. So what else are there?
There are so many things like the Vedic altars that we have constructed in different shapes, The popular one was of the eagle or the Garuda that we say. So eagle or Garuda was praised in the Vedic times, in all the epics and all that we read in the Puranas and all that. The Brahmins used to read the Garud Purana, which is the bereaved houses, for the good of the departed soul. So after that, then generally अपने यहाँ पे गरुड़ पुराण करा के लेते हैं. We all know that. So in Egypt, falcon or nakbet, that's what they call it, as a vulture is associated with the dead.
Okay. So is it the same rituals of
not the
India?
Rituals, but like now the Garud Purana there. So that's the falcon here. Okay. So we see a beautiful golden collar, on the chest of the Tutankhamun's mummy. The Nakbet is in the form of an eagle.
Okay.
So it's Nak plus Bet. So maybe corrupted Sanskrit. Naga Vata. Naga plus Vata. That's what they used to call. The one who kills the snakes is the Garuda, the eagle, right? Yes. So the Nakbet. That's what it's depicted now, Okay. So we have also every nation, every religion has something to do with the dead, some ritual, something to do. So this is also one connect, that how this Garuda and the falcon over there. So there are so many things. I think one day wouldn't be enough to talk about so many spiritual connect of Egypt.
Right.
So why not go and discover? See, here we already are all living on a land which is India, which is Bharat, Hindustan, where the energies everywhere is spiritual. We are known as a spiritual country, and then why not go and explore something different? हमारे तो बचपन से we all grow up in spirituality, all of us. Whether you want to take it up or you don't want to take it up, right from the first ritual that you're conceived in your mother's stomach, the ritual starts. Yeah. I'm not talking about the rituals, but the spirituality aspect is always there connected to us.
Everywhere, in everything, there is a spiritual and scientific concept. I mean, even in India, because maybe we don't know all those things, but we never even tried to understand. But there is really a spiritual and scientific concept.
I little bit differ on this because what we do as humans is we need to prove everything, and that's where science comes in. In spirituality there are so many things. I think 99% of spirituality you can't prove.
That's true.
As a formula or a science. So it's always grandfather spirituality and baby science for me. So baby science is trying to come up. The day they meet that will be fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's always, the spirituality space is very different and you can't measure it. You can't measure off. How can you measure something like, okay, I just love to do this? You can't measure that love.
I mean, no one can measure of anyone else's experience.
Emotions,
love.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
So that is spirituality.
Yes.
It'll be so beautiful na, to have that measurement, like how you measure electricity and all that, the kilometers and all that. That unit of measurement of love अगर आ जाए तो कितना मजा आ जाए.
Yeah, one can, express that, yeah, I love you so much.
This much, this much,
this much.
this much units.
Yeah.
But then फिर मजा चला जाएगा वो love में से.
True.
Isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Again we'll get in comparison and judgment. अरे इतना सा बस.
True, very true. Yeah. So friends, it's really a great opportunity to every one of you. So please join this spiritual retreat of the Disha group, where you are gonna experience a lot of things with our dear friend Dr. Shibani. So Shibani ji, please a small message and invitation from your side to our audience.
Yeah, thanks for giving me this opportunity to actually express and invite everybody who is connected to spirituality and meditation, and you all are most welcome to come with us. It's happening in March, mid-March 2023. You have to just register with us for this and just come along. It's 8 nights, 9 days with a lot of spiritual enthusiasts doing a lot of spiritual stuff along, and moreover having a lot of takeaway while you go back, because believe me, this Egypt has given a big shift to me in my life, and so I want everybody else to experience that too. So come along, tag along, and let's have some spiritual fun along with the other fun in this tour. Thanks, Kavita.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shibani, for joining us and sharing a lot of wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's the
Thank
Guru.
you.